Indiana basketball played by the kids in West Lafayette, Indiana. Big Ten leader Purdue hosting Michigan State. Matt Painter's club 9-0 since losing to Sparty on January 8th. Here in the first half, Chris Kramer knocks the ball away from Drew Neitzel, and Kramer all the way down. Boilering up early. Purdue now up 8. Watch after Neitzel passes the ball. Kramer just shadowing him. You know what he's saying to him? He's saying, "What's up, Neitzel?" Can't shed the man. Kramer then knocks the ball away. It's ahead to Robbie Hummel. Hummel all alone. He's all up in there with 2 hands. Boilermakers go up 10. Less than 2 to go in the first. Etwan Moore airballs the three-pointer. Look at Hummel. Good hustle to get it, then spots up and drains the 3. You know, good hustle combined with good smarts makes for good basketball. Hummel saves, spots up. There you go. Purdue goes up 16 at the half. 34-18 at intermission. Sparty, though, they're fighting. Purdue up 6. They're the higher-ranked team here. They're 9th. Purdue just 23. Hummel misses the 3, but how about that? Box him out. Somebody stay with the shooter. Look at that. I mean, nobody knows when you miss it where it's going like the guy who missed it. Boilermakers go up 8. Spartans then close it down to 5. Loose ball. Drew Namick dives, tips the ball to Kalen Lucas, who drives ahead, lays it in, so State now down just 3. 2 minutes remaining. Hummel. This guy was trouble for Tom Izzo's squad all night. Purdue back up 6 after the 3, and then Hummel one more time. How about this game? 24 points, a career best, 11 rebounds as well. Boilermakers up 60-54 win by same. They're 11-1 now in the Big Ten. So Purdue now has 10 straight, leads the conference, as we said, 11-1. But how the Boilermakers are doing it, they rank near the bottom of the conference in field goal percentage and rebounding. Those are things you're supposed to do well to be a good team. They win the close games, though. 8 times during their current streak, they have won games by less than double digits.
Highest-ranked team in the state of Indiana, Brad Stevens and Butler taking on Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Butler, they have 13 wins away from home. That's the most in all of D1. A.J. Graves had a rough game. Graves, this is a wide-open 3. You should stick that one. Graves finished 2 of 14 shooting. The shooter under 50% now in 18 consecutive games. Obviously, 2 of 14, not even close. Marcus Skinner made the freebie, finished with a career-high 25 points, 10 rebounds. Butler down 2. Pete Campbell from 3. And the Bulldogs take the 1-point lead. 5 seconds left. Ricky Franklin, are you kidding me? Ties the game, or did he? The officials check. Look at Franklin's right foot. They say beyond the line, beyond the arc. Game tied at 67 in overtime. Not much of a game here. Mike Green, he was the man. Green had 10 of his 24 points in overtime. Also had 13 rebounds, 8 assists. Bulldogs improved to 22-2. And it's the second consecutive season they've gotten off to that 22-2 start. That ties the school record for the best 24-game start in school history, equaling last year's mark. The Bulldogs have trailed at the half on the road and still won in their last 3 games. Their win Tuesday, they're 14th away from home, still the most in D1. They finished with 5 of 6 at home, including a bracket buster matchup with Drake's 22-1 Bulldogs. That's on the 23rd. Once proud Kentucky, Billy Gillespie's squad had won 5 straight as they hit 19th-ranked Vanderbilt. Vandy up 9-3, make it 12-3 after Ross Nelter hits the 3. Nelter scored 13 in the first half. Bad second half, finished just 15. Here's Shane Foster. Don't be fooled by the spelling on that first name. 3 of his own, he finished with 20. 15-3 Commodores. Foster had 11 points in the first half. Kentucky, well, they were struggling on offense, really in a variety of ways, just about every way. Patrick Patterson traveling will go off the other way, so that would be your turnover there. Then Kentucky was down 30-6. 30-6. Ramel Bradley in and out, so that's your missed field goal. Wildcats 3 of 15 from the floor in the first half. Now called for the 5-second violation, a 10th Kentucky turnover. What else can go wrong? Well, how about Joe Crawford missing the front end of the 1-and-1? So there's your missed freebie. They were 4 of 8 from the line in the first half. Derek Jasper, offensive foul. We're going the other way. Kentucky had 12 turnovers in the first half. When will it end? Kentucky scored 11 points in the first half. Ashley Judd just in time for the second half. Vandy was up 57-19. Are you kidding me? Jermaine Beal makes it 60-19. Jamie Graham his own 3. Kentucky's second worst loss in 80 years. Billy Gillespie, not as you might expect.
That's a good whipping. Congratulations to Vanderbilt. They played great, and we didn't have any answer for anything they did. And just a severe whipping from start to finish. It's one loss, and we got our tail kicked severely, and congratulations to Vandy. They played fantastic, and we'll move on. We'll make a positive out of it some way.
They were like men, and we were like boys out there. I mean, it was just a horrible game for us, and, they just had a magnificent game, and their bigs just tore it up inside, and, their wings were able to knock down shots and drive to the basket. I mean, it was just like practice for them.
All right, be honest with me. You lose by 41, and you're expecting at least one bleep. Have to bleep out one word in the post-game reaction, but not there. In the last 80 years of Kentucky Wildcat basketball, only one loss was worse than what they suffered through on Tuesday night. Back in December of '89, Kentucky lost by 55 at Kansas. Tuesday's 41-point loss at Vandy was its worst in SEC play, which started back in 1932.
North Carolina and Virginia appeared for a time. The Tar Heels are going to have an easy time of it there in the Commonwealth. First half, we're tied at 31. Tyler Hansbrough, triple team, throws up the shot. That gets to go. Tar Heels up 7 at the half. Hansbrough 17 points. Second half, Sean Singletary, tough bank shot for the foul. Virginia down 5 after the free throw. Singletary finished with 27. 10 minutes or so to go in this one. Hansbrough blocks Singletary, leads to a Marcus Ginyard layup. Back up 5 for the guys in Carolina blue. Under a minute, Virginia down 5 again. Kelvin Baker knocks down the big 3 from the wing. Cavaliers down 2. The whole Tar Heel lead yo-yoing between 1, 2, and 5 through the whole second half. Hansbrough hits the turnaround, puts the squad back up 4. He had 23 points, 13.9 to go, Virginia. Singletary hits the 3, and we have a 1-point game. Virginia cuts it to a single point, 8.2 left. Now you got a foul. Somebody fouls somebody in blue. It's not happening. Eventually they do it. 2.9 seconds. He missed the free throw, but the rebound bounding and carrying harmlessly away as North Carolina wins at 75-74.
Big East hoops, Jeff McDermott and Providence at number 24 Pittsburgh, where the Friars haven't won since December of '98. McDermott gets the rebound and going coast to coast. Slam and the foul, tied at 20 after he made the freebie. Pitt up 1 in transition. Keith Benjamin alley-oop and a Sam Young. Young led all scores with 22. That on 10 of 14 shooting, his best shooting performance in some time. Young, nice dish to DeJuan Blair. Blair at 15. Pitt up big. Ronald Ramon knocks down a 3-ball, his 5th of the game. And Pittsburgh goes on to their 8th straight win over the Friars.
Louisville and DePaul, the Cards coming off consecutive wins over ranked teams, and the coach conservatively dressed. All right, strikingly early in the first half, off the turnover, the Cardinals move the ball up quickly, get it to David Padgett. He's in the paint, decides, no, I'll kick it out to the open guy. That's Terrence Williams, and Louisville leads 4-0. Now, Louisville had good defense, but they did not preserve the shutout. Juan Palacios, Williams, Palacios for the layup. Good sharing there. Cardinals would lead at the half, 39-31. Another turnover. Blue Demons had 16 of them. Earl Clark, Andre McGee for the layup. Cardinals started the second half on a run of 22-5, and they win it easily, 88-68. 20-point victory.
Indiana won 57 in a row over 30 years ago. Hoosier news on the way, but first, John Calipari's squad had to deal with Houston. Derrick Rose, the steal and the throw down. Memphis up, but only won 24-23. Memphis actually down 2. Donnell Mack, the 3, off the top corner of the window and in. About a minute left in the half. Robert McKeever, just the 3rd time all season Memphis trailed at halftime. Memphis now in the second half up 7 and running. Here's Mack and the foul. The Tigers went to the free throw line 32 times. Houston attempted just 2 free throws. Come on. So number 1 takes care of business. That gets us to number 2. Duke hosting Maryland is seen here on ESPN and is seen by Coach K. Duke's lost 2 of their last 3 against the Terps. Greg Paulus, pull up, got it. All Duke 3-point shooting. Kyle Singler had himself a ball game. One more time. Why not? Paulus and Singler combined for 28 first-half points. Duke up 11 at the break. Coach K calls a timeout. You don't often see that kind of fire and emotion from him, but his guys responded. There's Singler, game high 26, up 9 now and pulling away. Singler to DeMarcus Nelson.
Oh, bounce pass, nice.
They hit 12 of 25 triples. Coach K, happy birthday. Duke, a winner.
Ranked teams in the Big Ten, number 14 Wisconsin, number 12 Indiana, Assembly Hall. Kelvin Sampson's team hasn't beaten anybody currently in the top 25. Game close the entire way, less than 30 to go. Marcus Landry misses the pull-up. There for his rebound, and the Badgers are up 1. Eric Gordon gets fouled on the other end of the super freshman. Made the first number 101. Second is good as well. 66-65. Hoosiers 23 for 23 in this one. Bo Ryan draws up a play, right? Landry finds Brian Butch, spots up, hits it off the glass. Call that one, Coach?
I told Brian in the locker room that they discounted it because he didn't call it, and that we lost, that the game was over.
Well, that doesn't seem very nice at all. One last possession for Indiana. Jamarcus Ellis, good look, not going to go, and the Badgers do indeed get the key Big Ten road victory, 68-66 the final. It does count there for the folks in Madison. Well, Hoosier coach Kelvin Sampson in trouble with the NCAA and with his bosses had nothing to do with the outcome of the ball game you just saw against the Badgers. Indiana confirming Wednesday that the NCAA has informed the school of 5 major violations committed by the basketball coaching staff. The latest alleged infractions stem from a series of improper phone calls to recruits that already had IU and Sampson in trouble. The coach, whose job could be in serious jeopardy now if these charges stick, defending himself postgame.
I'm aware that the NCAA has issued a notice of allegations. The allegations that I knowingly acted contrary to the sanctions imposed on me for violations that occurred while I was at Oklahoma are not true. I have never intentionally provided false or misleading information to the NCAA. I intend to work within the NCAA process on this matter, and I look forward to my opportunity to do so. I do not anticipate having any further comment until after the process has been concluded, and I've had a chance to address the allegations with the Committee on Infractions.
Said IU's athletic director, I'm personally, professionally, profoundly disappointed with even the hint of inappropriate behavior. Sort of more of the same, only more severe here with latest and Sampson and the calling plan problems. He and his staff accused of not complying with the sanctions. The NCAA hung on them in Oklahoma, and the head coach didn't promote an atmosphere of compliance with his coaches. More damaging, Sampson accused of lying to the school and NCAA investigators about those phone calls to recruits. There's also a potential problem with improper contact and benefits with a recruit last summer in Bloomington. Like you said, on the men's side, Stanford visiting Arizona State. Trent Johnson and his Cardinals 7-0 since their win against ASU January 19th. Stanford unranked at the time. ASU then 25th. They win that one. February 2nd, Stanford beat number 9 Washington State by 2 in OT. ASU the other way. January 26th, lost to Wazoo, and then UCLA roughed them up January 31st, beat them by 30. All right, the rematch. Second half, Stanford up 43-37. Robin Lopez feeds Landry Fields, part of a 24-2 Stanford run. They led by as many as 14 in the second half, but less than a minute to go. Ty Abbott buries the 3. ASU is down a deuce. 10 seconds. ASU still down the 2 points. James Harden stays with it. He gets it to go. We are tied at 60. We're going to overtime. Harden had 8 points in overtime. Sparky getting even from 7 down in the final 3 minutes. 17 seconds to go. They're up 3 this time. Anthony Goods misses. They get the ball back. Mitch Johnson. You met my friend Mitch? He misses as well. One more time. So the Cardinal, plenty of chances. Nothing finds the bottom of that. That's good again. Off the mark. ASU hangs on to win it by a final of 72-68 in Tempe.
Wake Forest, Florida State. Some fireworks in this one. Last minute of the first half. Watch Florida State's Ryan Reed gets into it with Chase McFarland. And McFarland dropping to the floor. A little sophomore swinging here. And it's a little tough to say. To catch him in the face or the chest with that right. The officials talk it over. Then they talk it over with Florida State coach Leonard Hamilton, and then Ryan Reed got the flagrant foul and ejected. Don't worry too much about McFarland. He'd be big in the second half. 17 and 10. I guess he's always big. Had his first career double-double. Also had 3 blocks in the 8-point win.
24th ranked Pittsburgh, 25 Marquette. Vance Fields, first game back since injuring his ankle way back in December. They've really missed him first half, and well, he's a little rusty. Sam Young is not, though. He's there to clean up. Still in the first. Jarrell McNeil knocks down the 3. Marquette up 7. And now the Golden Eagles start pulling away. David Kubian, first hurry. Marquette up 33-24 at halftime. Oh, that's nice. Second half. More Jarrell McNeil. It's a 13-point Golden Eagles lead. Same score. Dominic James, Usman Barrow. That's a pick and that's a roll in the whole thing. Marquette's up 15. Time once again for David Kubian. Open for Hart. Marquette rolls 72-54. The Golden Eagles beat Pittsburgh.